Yes.
This one is how to poet. Purchase a small black notebook. Dedicate yourself to filling it with any poems that you write. After several months, take it out again and weep over the empty pages. Determine that you are far too vanilla to ever be a successful poet. Great poetry often comes from struggle or having interesting things happen in your life. Come to the conclusion that poets are like geodes that need to be broken before weird, interesting shit on the inside can be revealed. Lament the fact that you are just a dumb, ugly rock. Toss around the idea of faking an edge. Contemplate shaving one side of your head in an effort to embody a more artsy persona. Consider taking way more drugs. In a last-ditch effort, try praying to the moon for inspiration. When this inevitably fails, try screaming at the moon instead. If the moon screams back, consider taking way less drugs. Wrap yourself in the poetry of others, hoping to pick up some inspiration by osmosis. Try sitting outside to invoke some spark from the beauty of nature. Spend the evening with a tube of hydrocortisone because you didn't know you were allergic to grass. Spend several hours lying prostrate on the floor, staring at the ceiling, waiting to be struck by creativity, with a mind that functions frustratingly similarly to a leaky faucet, producing occasional, laborious drops, but never a reasonable flow of ideas. Think of dozens of tiny, good lines, which you keep in a note on your phone. These are poetry seeds. Spend far too much time staring at them, trying to help any of them sprout, while remaining acutely aware that you lack the skills to stretch any of them into a full poem. Attempt to overcome your lexical deficiency by trying very hard to think of interesting ways to describe things. Just try shoving sensory adjectives in front of dissonant nouns. Elastic smiles, iridescent thoughts, effervescent silence. Be momentarily reassured that these phrases are suitably zany and unique TM before relegating them to the note. Rummage through thesauruses to find impressive-sounding fancy words like magniloquent and pernicious. Collect these words like mint-condition early 20th century wheat pennies. That is to say, stuff them in a box in your drawer because despite your best hopes, they will never really be useful to you, and most people will probably just think you're kind of a weird nerd if you ever bring them up in conversation. Be cursed with feelings, but a distinctly lacking ability to poetically express any of them with words. Imagine that if writer's blocks were physical objects, you would probably have enough to construct a small village by now. Spend your days haunted by the ghosts of all the pieces you wish you could write, always lingering around you, providing just enough longing to try to pursue them, but completely incorporeal when you try to grab them. Dramatically hurl your poetry notebook into the sea. Then remember that you live in Nebraska and dramatically hurl your poetry notebook into a cornfield instead.